How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is welcome to Football Fan View, and here we just want to talk about football. We want to talk about Arsenal, and we just the reason we want to look at the fact that we've been going around and checking and looking at people, and people have been saying, okay, since Manchester City has not done um, anything in the market, or not as if they've not done anything in the market really so far, but actually because they personally have not actually been as active as they used to be in the market. Suddenly everybody feels like, oh, maybe Arsenal are the favorite because they are kind of have maybe learned from the error, and they will probably do better than what they did last year. Last year runners up. They came runners up, and this year before, Arsenal also came runner. We also came runners up. So generally looking at it, I just want to look at it. Is it true, truly, should Arsenal be regarded as favorite for this Premier League title, or it is just fans, rival fans trying to just be what they used to be, and that is trigger us, get us to get that bidding done, like they just get us to believe or to keep that pressure, so that they can actually say, okay, when we didn't win the league, we had a chance to win the league, but we bottled it. So personally, I want to just look at it, and I want to that's what I want to talk about this morning. Um, Personally, let me start on this note, on the note that I look at the team generally, and has there been any upgrade in the team, since the team to the team so far this season? I can argue that no, really, because basically every player we brought in Calafiori for the defense, who actually I wouldn't regard him as an upgrade, in that particular area. Instead, I will regard it as kind of strengthening that area, to give you depth in that particular area. I'm not seeing, um, I'm not actually seeing, anything like, I don't feel Calafiori is better than any. Okay, probably maybe Zinchenko. Yeah, maybe an upgrade on that part, but on Zinchenko. But we brought in Timber last year, and we are hoping that Timber could have played that particular position. So for me, I feel, despite, even though we have actually acquired players on this particular, on that stream, on that particular area, but one thing I am seeing is, I'm not seeing it as the fact that we have actually, you know, upgraded, as in added, as in strength, added more strength, because we have Gabriel and Saliba, who were exceptional last season. They did very, very well, and we're very, very lucky that none of them, were got injured. None of them got injured. They were fine, and they were all good, you know. But the truth of the matter is that it is not as if we upgraded on that particular place. We only strengthened what we have. And if you look at what we had then and what we have then and now, there's no upgrade there. Then I think the second one is the next, what do I call it? The next signing, which we believe will get across the line. The signing is not done yet, but we're expecting that to also get done. But the question is, so I saw somebody, the truth of the matter is that Moreno is a very good player. I've not really watched much of him, really, but he's a very good player, according to what I've seen, the clips and what everybody has said about him. But I was looking at that particular signing also. Is Moreno, better than Thomas Partey, like, in that midfield? Because we all know what Partey can do when he's fit. That means if Partey is fit, we actually know what Partey can do. So now is Moreno, Mikel Moreno, an upgrade to Thomas Partey? I don't actually. That's excluding the fact that Thomas Partey is always injured. He's always injured all the time. Maybe, yeah, because we don't have him, so he would have we have a cover, you know, a cover on that, that okay, there's somebody who will be available to play at all times. But the issue I have now is that let's technically now, and you know, with the know-how, or you being able to looking at people who are able to actually execute the job in the midfield, would would Thomas Partey, would you believe that Moreno is better than Thomas Partey? Probably because he's a Spaniard. Spaniard and Spaniard are known for, you know, good feet playing with the ball. Is he better than Thomas Partey? I don't think Moreno is better than Thomas Partey as I speak. So me personally, that is my own opinion. You can have any other opinion about that, but me, I feel like it is not really an upgrade for me. Instead, I think we're just strengthening that fact from the weakness that we have, from the fact that Thomas Partey himself do not actually play a lot of game. He actually gets injured in most of all our games. So me on that, maybe I would say that that is is the reason, is an upgrade, and probably we play more, probably we will win more matches on last than last season. That is possible. That is something. But the major problem that I feel we had, you know, then, that I feel we have not actually addressed, and that is the striking position. So the point is that I believe that we need a very good goal scorer, or somebody. Let me know. Let me say it this way. It's not necessarily he has to be a goal scorer. Probably he has to be someone, a clutch player that will actually get the goals at that time when everything is not looking rosy. Like, you know, even, you know, sometimes it is one thing for you to play a game, you know, and dominate the game. When you dominate the game and you feel like, oh, I actually dominate this game and I want to, and I deserve to win. It is one thing for you to deserve to win, it's another thing for you to win. You can play, get as many shots on targets, you know, get as many players up front and play, have a lot of possession, uh, play a lot of shots. Even your opponent might not get a snip, but still not just put the ball at the back of the net. And I think that is the paramount thing. That's the most important thing, and that was what I feel held us last year. Because looking at the game against Fulham, we played very well, but we actually did not win that game, even though we played very well. I looked at the game against Aston Villa. We played very well, but we actually did not win that game. I looked at the game against West Ham. We played very well, but we didn't actually win that game. So this is because we, all those chances we created, there were no clutch players to actually finish those games. So since there are no clutch players, now Arsenal hasn't improved in that area. We have actually solidified what we had, which we feel was has been good. We had players in the midfield who could have done that, but we didn't have that player. So for me, I feel drivers now coming and telling, saying, "Oh, we are favorite." Yes, I believe if we sort all these things. For example, I don't now. Let me just go. Let me just say something. If you're talking about like a striker, you know, I see people, you don't talk about Victor Osimhen and the rest of them, but a clutch player will always win you games, like a Cristiano Ronaldo, not a striker, but is a clutch player. You know, when you have that tough times and things is not actually going well, Cristiano Ronaldo can just cook up something from nothing, and then you get a win. You get 3 points, and that is what is important. That is the one that is actually very, very interesting. That's the one that is actually very, that's the major thing. You know, is available and is able to actually, you know, give you that 3 points that you really require. But look at also Lionel Messi, the same thing. They are no strikers. They are wingers, or probably whatever, but they are not point nine, but they are clutch players that can actually do the job when necessary. So for me, I feel what we need is that, not actually a striker, because the team is playing well, the team is scoring goals. It's just that at that point in time, those matches where we expect things, you know, to come up and things might be a little bit not going our way, when those players will come up and then, you know, cross over, and then they will be able to like get you know, put something, and then the game, and then game on, we actually win when we have to win the game. But overall, I will look at it and say, yeah, if we get in a clutch player who can be anybody, probably Nico Williams. Who else? Who else do I see in the market that can actually make a difference? Pedro Neto. He hasn't proven to be a clutch player really, but your clutch player can be anyone. We might go into next season and Bukayo Saka becomes a clutch player like he did, like he showed a glimpse of it in the game for England where he actually came up and not just came up, he actually when the going was getting tough, when things was not actually going their way, Bukayo Saka stepped up and um, the game was won by him, like that. And someone saying just only what case it could be anybody. But I don't know who I could, there's nobody in the level of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi now, so I've just said, okay, yes, these people can actually do something. But basically, you get what I mean. Like that person has to be a clutch player that would actually certify it. Maybe, or even maybe, Mikel Moreno could be the clutch player. Maybe, many a times those times when things get tough, when Rodrigo of Manchester City will always, bring out something, something out of the magic, something out of the blue. You understand? He will just get it out and, maybe shoot from outside the box, do a Vincent Company and a mad shot that will just, go in and then wins us 3 points. So on that ground, I feel like that is just the key thing, the most important thing, like the thing that Arsenal need. Then when we are able to get this kind of a player, I would confidently say that we will win the league. But this is one thing I also need to be realistic. You have to be realistic. Like there are some things that we're in a poor position, to win the league. If Manchester City does not win the league this season, if they are not going, if they are not going for the league this season, then there is no reason why we. I, what I mean is, if Manchester City did not actually, maybe one way or the other, just slip up, I believe the next person that is in line that should be winning the league is Arsenal because basically there's nothing else. There's no one else that has actually undergone the growth and that's able to compare Man City in the last few years. So for me, personally, I feel like this is the way it's supposed to be. And that is what I'm expecting this season. Now, on rival fans, tipping us as favorites, it goes both two. I think it goes two ways. It goes two ways in the sense that on one hand, they are putting the pressure, which is, so that you say, okay, now you are next in line. If you actually do not win it, you do not win it, and you bottled it, which for banter's sake, which is just normal, which is just the normal thing that they should do. But on the other hand, too, that's on the second phase now. We are the next in line, and we should win the league if Manchester City should slip up. Now, do not forget, Manchester City is like the best in the. They're like the people we are competing with. They are like a juggernaut. How many people have actually won Man City as good in the last 7 years? We've only had one. We've only had one, and that is Jurgen Klopp, who was able to actually win the league in that process. So for me, I don't think it's I think it's 50-50, and I'm not actually moved by that. But one thing I know is I'm basically sure. I am sure that even with the um, mm, strength of Man City, I still believe that we can do something this season. We can win that league this season, even with Man City status for this season. I believe we can actually win it this season, win the game this season. Now, that is that on that. And finally, I would just like to, on the last level, go into the, transfer rumors, looking at those people we have been linked with, looking at those things, people we have been linked with. Now, I just got a notification a couple of minutes ago that Arsenal are actually exploring the deal for Osimhen. Now, for me, I feel Victor Osimhen made, I don't know, would I say a mistake now? not a mistake really. I won't call it a mistake, but I feel like that contract is one of the reasons why he's not able to leave Napoli right now. I don't know the reason why he signed that new contract and probably carrying that release clause, because in right now what I'm looking at right now, I don't see anybody being able to pay that release clause at the moment. I don't know how. I can't even, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible, but that release clause, I don't think is something anybody can pay at the moment. I don't know. I don't know how people are actually going to go about it, but 110, 111, I don't think anybody will cross the 100 mark in this market, because everybody is actually seriously scared of FFP. I think the only person that is not scared of FFP right now at the moment, and even they have their case pending, is Manchester City. So I don't think it's reasonable. So Osimhen moving to us now, if they are able to drop the deal, like personally, I believe no matter how Osimhen is not that, Osimhen is not able to do this, Osimhen is not able to do that, is not technical enough, and so on. I agree with you, but you're telling me Osimhen is not technical enough, but no matter how Osimhen is, I actually, no matter how poor you think Victor Osimhen is, I don't think he can give you less or anything less than what Kai Havertz will give to you. So I believe if Havertz is going to score 10 goals, Osimhen will score 20 goals. So Osimhen, if Arsenal will score 10 goals, Osimhen will score 15 goals. Osimhen will actually give you more than Havertz. Gyökeres also will do more. So for me, I don't have any issue with Havertz. He's a very good squad player. He can come in and do the job. But I feel we still need somebody out there to actually help do the job. And finally, in concluding the video, so I just feel we need to just work on that clutch player, and then we might be sitting down here and lifting our armpits, at the end of the season as champions. Now, thank you. Before I end this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And please share the content. If you're loving content, you can always reach out to us anytime. And before I go on this one, I would like to appreciate as many people who have been following our channels, who has been liking. We're actually working on making this channel better. So whatever, if you feel there is one thing you could help us with on this channel, you can always reach us on the account, and you can check our profile, check the email. You can send me a mail on Instagram, on Twitter, Football Fan View. You can check on Facebook, and also here on YouTube. Just leave me a comment on the video and we'll get back at you. Thanks for watching the video. I'm trying to make this stream as short as possible today. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.